Back in studio here with Bucky, and we're going to talk pro sports now and start with the obvious one, at least for most Canadian fans. That's the CFL. Eskimo fans, sadly, will not get to see their team in the postseason. Rider fans, though, are starting to see some promise on that 3-year plan. Yeah,
3-year plan, but with basically holding your breath right now if you're a Riders fan. Their starting quarterback goes down Saturday. Backup is not very good, but they still blew away BC. So you look at it, they have a week off. They don't know what they're going to be playing. Either they're going to be hosting the West semifinal or hosting the West final. If the Calgary Stampeders lose in BC on the weekend, then they host the West final. If the Calgary Stampeders win in Vancouver on Saturday, then they're hosting the semifinal. So regardless, the Riders know they'll be at home, just matter what weekend they'll be at home for. And on top of that, if you're an Eskimos fan, you were cheering for the Stampeders to win. How many times would an Eskimo fan be cheering for the Stampeders and the Stampeders lost in Winnipeg? Thus, you can safe to say Jason Moss is likely done as a head coach.
Yeah, it's probably fair to say, unfortunately for him. Yeah, that is certainly a unique circumstance. Not likely that Calgary does that again this weekend, though.
You wonder, because 3 losses in a row, 4 losses in a row if they lose Saturday in Vancouver. I don't think you've ever seen the Stampeders lose 4 in a row in a long, long time. Not exactly what you want to be doing heading into the playoffs.
No, and you ideally, with such a punishing sport like football, you like having that week to recover, especially for your linemen.
Well, especially look at the Riders. They have a few injuries. The receiving core, their quarterback, a running back is hurt as well. So you have a week off, potentially 2 weeks off if they host the West Final. So it's, if you're a Riders fan, you're liking where everything's falling to place, but you hope your quarterback's going to be healthy.
Yes, now we're going to switch sports here with baseball. Did you stay up all night for that, 15 inning?
17 inning game, I did. And the strange thing about it, I didn't realize it was still going on. Got home late, turn on the TV, flipping through the channels, and all of a sudden, is this the replay? No, this is live, and it was fun. The greatest thing about it, if you're watching the Dodgers games, Larry King and Mary Hart were sitting behind home plate. Larry was still awake when the Dodgers won.
That's some people are incredulized that he is still awake, period, right now. So to see him handling a game at that age is
poke him, make sure he's there.
Yeah. And of course, then the Red Sox go on to win the championship. Not really a shocker considering how good they were all season.
How good they were, and they had questions regarding their middle relief. And I don't think, they didn't face one elimination game at all during the playoffs. Right. That's how dominant they were. David Price always had a knock against him in the playoffs. Yeah. He's not a big-time player. Well, he was a pretty big-time pitcher this year.
Yeah, Bill Simmons, I think his favorite tweet of mine from this run, because obviously Bill Simmons, resident Boston sports fan, was, it's going to go down on my tombstone, I've always believed in David Price. Now, really quick, just want to touch on the Bandits. College night on Thursday, pretty big success.
Yeah, a lot of fun. It's going to be college night every time Vermilion comes to town. So Vermilion came to town on Thursday. Bandits win on the ice, good crowd on hand. A lot of college students had a lot of fun. Might have missed the early class on Friday, but regardless, had fun. And I do it again on December the 13th. So if you're a college student, come on down, get in cheap, and you get some beverages cheap too.
Yeah, and good to see the Bandits as well starting to round into form a little bit, because you didn't have a lot of exhibition play. Yeah. It's taken the early portion of the season to kind of get going. So we'll definitely continue to cover them as the season goes along. And for now, we'll send it back to you in studio. That's it for me and Buck.